I do not remember much about living in Vietnam. I left when I was 4. I remember my house, my mother, and the river near the house where my older siblings would take me to play. I remember mostly from family stories leaving Vietnam. My mother put her 9 youngest children of 12, 1 daughter-in-law and 1 grandchild into a VW bug, and driving to the docks where we boarded a small fishing boat along with others who have secured their passage from Vietnam the day Saigon fell. My father and 2 of my older brothers and older sisters still did not make it in time. Eventually, we were taken to a refugee camp off the coast of Malaysia. Of course, I understand now that life there was hard, but at the time, it was, well, just life. We learned 5 years later that my father was alive and he had been taken to a re-education camp. My mother was committed to keeping the entire family together, no matter how long we were forced to stay in Malaysia. During this time, despite the challenges, we were blessed with many graces, and Mom always felt that she was given the right help at the perfect time. As an example, when we left Vietnam, we had absolutely no money. While playing one day on the beach, one of my brothers found a wallet with enough money that sustained our entire family in Malaysia for the 6 months until we were sponsored as a family by a Christian community from Iowa. The day we left, the last of the money that my brother found on the beach was stolen. We went to the U.S. with nothing. We lived in Iowa for 2 years. Our sponsors equipped us with the necessary means and helped Mom and my older siblings to find jobs. Then my mother heard that there were other Vietnamese refugees living in California. Working as a housekeeper, she saved enough money to buy train tickets to California for us all, and off we went. Mom, of course, not aware how large California was or exactly where in California these other Vietnamese families might be living, she mistakenly relocated us to Novato, northern Marin County, where a distant family friend helped settle us. It was another 3 years before we found our way south, still all together, to Orange County's growing Vietnamese community and to the city of Orange. I was, by this time, 9 years old. I was enrolled in school and life continued as normal. My entire life I had lived in used clothes donated by one group or another or hand-me-downs from my older siblings. I had a pair of sneakers that were easily 3 sizes too small and had holes in the bottoms. I would simply fold up newspaper and place it inside my shoes every morning. Because I was always so short, my feet would dangle. To touch the floor, I would point my toes and the bottom of my shoes would be exposed to anyone sitting behind me. All the children behind my desk could see the newspaper. I always asked to sit in the back of the room to keep my secret. Instinctively as a kid, I knew that it would only affirm to other children that I was different from them. Like any other child, I desperately wanted to fit in. One day, Mom said she was told to take my brother and I to a place near the Orange Circle. By whom and for what purpose was not clear to me at the time. I know now that it was to the Assistance League chapter in Orange. What happened there that day will remain with me for the rest of my life. The nice women there gave me new clothes and shoes. Sized for me, brand new, I was filled with joy and excitement. I remember my brother and I looked at each other afterwards and just smiled. We both had no idea what we did to deserve such kindness. I left my old holy tennis shoes with the lady. Till this day, I don't believe that was a fair trade. Since that day, I had the privilege to attend and graduate from UC Irvine. I went to work. I joined Assistance League and began passing out clothing to needy children myself. My daughter joined Assistines until we moved, and she too is a UC graduate. We all know that those clothes and those shoes were not the only things that enabled me to become who I am today. But it helped me at a time when I really needed it most. For a young child who lacked confidence and didn't have the right clothing to feel as if she fitted in, the gift you gave me and my brother that day was enough to memorialize my appreciation for the little things when given to me by complete strangers. Each time you pass out a t-shirt, work a shift in the thrift store, or stock a grooming kit, you are helping a child feel better about themselves. You are giving them the tools they need to feel confident and succeed.